I was told that John wants 6 months to prepare if the fight is locked in. And what's 6 months from now? September? Now, I'm sure, money talks, but it feels like the summer, if that is the goal, it's starting to slip away a little bit.
So Jon Jones says he needs 6 months to train after the fight is signed and official before he'll fight Tom Aspinall. This means even if they signed the contract right now, we wouldn't see this fight until September at the earliest. And guess what? The fight hasn't even been signed yet. Who knows when Jon Jones will actually accept this fight? And when he does, he's demanding another half year of training before stepping into the octagon with Tom. This could push everything to the end of the year, or even next year. He might have already signed it secretly, but we have no idea when Jon Jones will truly commit to fighting Tom Aspinall. The more time that passes, the more it feels like this fight just isn't going to happen. And this new condition? It's ridiculous. He's acting like he didn't know Tom Aspinall would be his next opponent. Come on. Tom has been the interim champion for a year and a half, since November 2023. Jones last fought in November 2024, so at the very least, he's known for 5 months that Tom was next in line. So what does this 6-month training camp even mean? It's completely excessive. Nobody trains for 6 months to fight somebody, especially not the champion preparing for the #1 contender. Think about it. The champion needs half a year to prepare for the contender. That's backward. Usually it's the challenger who needs more time, not the champion. All Tom needs is a regular 2-month camp and he's ready to go. A 6-month camp is not just excessive, it's dangerous. It raises the risk of injuries significantly. He could overtrain and get hurt. Most fighter injuries happen during training camps. And imagine the mental strain of having your opponent on your mind for half a year straight. That's a tremendous psychological burden. And let's be real, we know Jon Jones likes to party. He's admitted to partying during training camps before. Can anyone seriously imagine Jon going half a year without drinking or partying? I sure can't. There's a huge difference between just training and being in a full training camp. Just training means going to the gym, learning skills, doing some conditioning, maybe once a day, 5 days a week. But a training camp? That's multiple intense workouts daily. Your coach is drilling a specific game plan into you. You're perfecting techniques specifically designed for your opponent. It's brutal on both body and mind. Imagine going through all that intensity for 6 months. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think Jones would actually do that. And here's the thing, Jones is not stupid. He has the highest fight IQ we've ever seen in the sport. He knows a training camp that long is illogical, so why demand it? Could he be setting up for a convenient injury during this marathon camp? Or is this a negotiation tactic to squeeze more money from the UFC? He might be saying, I'll fight Tom for this amount, but I need 6 months to train. Or I could shorten my camp for more cash. This fight is huge for the UFC and for the fans. Everyone wants to see it. Jones could be using this as leverage because if he delays fighting Tom, it hurts the UFC too. The UFC desperately needs these big fights, especially with reports they might be moving to Netflix. They need the biggest matchups possible to get the best deal, and Jones versus Aspinall is arguably the biggest fight they could make right now. If Jones is deliberately delaying this fight as a way to gain leverage, knowing the UFC might be leaving ESPN, it's smart for him personally, but it's terrible for everyone else. Bad for the sport, bad for the UFC, and especially bad for the fans. We've been waiting forever to see this fight. As for Tom Aspinall, they've had this poor guy sitting on the shelf since July 2024. He hasn't fought since then, and he's been desperate to get back in there. He wants to unify the belts. Tom is the future of the heavyweight division. He's the guy who's going to carry this division forward and become its biggest star. For business reasons alone, the UFC should be catering to their future star, not the one who's about to retire. The UFC desperately needs big names, and they don't have many left. When Jiri Prochazka defeated Alex Pereira, it ruined Jones's plans to fight Alex instead of Tom. That narrowed Jones's options to basically one opponent. There's really nobody else for Jones to fight if he wants to continue his career. Tom Aspinall has been ready to fight since last year. He's in his prime, getting better with every appearance, and they're leaving him high and dry. Who else does Tom have to fight? Sure, there's Sergey Pavlovich, but should Tom really have to defend his interim belt a second time while the undisputed champion sits back doing whatever he wants? Now Jones says he needs half a year to train for Tom. If you need that long to prepare for someone, you're not ready for them. What if negotiations drag into August, October, or December? Then he'd need another 6 months after that. Tom should just move on. This is ridiculous. Fight Pavlovich. Defend your interim belt again. It's over. I've never seen a fighter so reluctant to face the #1 contender. Never seen someone demand half a year to prepare. This is just wasting Tom Aspinall's time. It's like Michael Chandler waiting for Conor McGregor all over again. Jones will fight Stipe Miocic. He wanted to fight Alex Pereira. He'll fight other guys, but he clearly doesn't want to fight Tom. You know who might need 6 months to train? If Grant Dawson tried to fight Islam Makhachev, yeah, maybe he'd need that long. But Jon Jones, he's supposed to be the king of the division, the champion needing more time to get ready for the contender than the contender needs to get ready for the champion? How does that make any sense? Who's more prepared in this matchup? It's Tom Aspinall. Tom has been ready to fight him for ages. Maybe Tom was right all along. He'll retire Jon Jones without ever fighting him. That comes...
The fight, he's gone completely quiet, and he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
I want to fight more than anybody. I've been training non-stop. I've been so consistent. When the time comes, it's going to be something special. Do you remember what I said quite a while ago now? I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. That's something that I said. John, let's do it. If you want to do it, you don't have to ask me twice. If not, I'll fight somebody else for the undisputed belt. Happy to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter. I'm
straight from The Art of War, Sun Tzu's philosophy of how to win a battle without even fighting. We've been talking about this Jon Jones Tom Aspinall situation for so long, and it just gets more ridiculous with time. Now Jones needs half a year to train for him, and that's only after the fight is signed. Jones didn't seem injured when he fought Stipe, and that still has nothing to do with having a 6-month training camp where the injury risk is so much higher. Training camps are brutal, multiple sessions every day. This would be the biggest fight of his entire career in terms of his opponent's skills and attributes. Tom Aspinall is without question the most dangerous opponent in Jon Jones's entire career. We're talking about a fighter who's bigger than Jones, faster than him, more athletic, in his prime, who can wrestle, can strike, has one-punch knockout power, and the shortest average fight time in UFC history. Statistically, Tom Aspinall is the most dangerous fighter in the UFC, and that's Jones's next opponent, so I understand he needs to be properly prepared. He needs to train in the most intelligent way possible because this is his most difficult challenge ever. But 6 months? That's excessive. Nobody trains for a specific opponent that long because the risk of diminishing returns becomes too great. You can get injured, you can get sick from all the stress, which might also lead Jones to more partying. And while there's nothing wrong with partying in general, you definitely don't want to do that during camp, which Jones has admitted to doing before. Imagine trying to go half a year without a single party. I already thought this fight wasn't going to happen, but with these new stipulations, it seems even less likely. And what about Tom during all this? Is Tom just supposed to wait around 4 months from when the fight is signed and then go into his own training camp for the last 2 months? A normal training camp length for most fighters is about 2 months. Tom doesn't need half a year to prepare for anybody. It's probably going to be a year and a half since Tom Aspinall last fought, and that's only if the fight gets signed first. The training camp demands aren't even the biggest hurdle. It's getting Jon Jones to sign the contract in the first place. That's what Dana, Tom, the fans, that's what everyone is waiting for. We need Jones to accept the fight. Either way, it doesn't seem like this fight is going to happen unless Dana gives Jones the money he's asking for. Every fighter will fight depending on the money, so we'll see if Jon Jones accepts. If it does get announced, it'll be massive. Huge for the UFC, huge for all the fans. But if not, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.